हेलो गाइस, नमस्ते एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आपने न्यूज में तो देखा ही होगा कि 9th ऑफ दिसंबर को इंडियन आर्मी और पीएलए सोल्जर्स के बीच एक स्कर्मिश हुई, एक झड़प हुई। ये झड़प तवांग सेक्टर जो कि अरुणाचल प्रदेश में लोकेटेड है, वहां हुई। सो व्हाट हैपेंड इज 200 चाइनीज सोल्जर्स क्रॉस द एक्चुअल लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल एंड ट्राइड टू टेक ओवर द तवांग सेक्टर एंड चेंज द स्टेटस को देयर. And Indian Army, being best at its job, had successfully defended the Tawang sector. So ये एक action था taken by the PLA against India. And to take any action, to do any action, to perform any action, there are two things required. दो चीजें सबसे necessary होती है. First are the capabilities and second are the interests. So in this video we will be discussing about Chinese interest in the Tawang sector, Indian interest in the Tawang sector, and so the Indian and Chinese interest in Arunachal Pradesh. So guys, as we talk about the interest, there are two types of interest here of both India and China. One are the cultural interests and second are the military or strategic interest. So let's first discuss about the cultural interest. So let's revise some history first. 1959. It was the time when China captured Tibet and Dalai Lama from Tibet came to India. And with him came the Tibetan Buddhism, the Tibetan way of life, and a concept of palm and five fingers was born. ये एक चाइनीज कंसेप्ट है जो कहता है कि लद्दाख, हिमाचल, उत्तराखंड, अरुणाचल और सिक्किम तिब्बत के सदर्न पार्ट्स है, which makes these four states and a union territory part of China. This is what China says. So why China says like this? The monastery in Tawang is considered to be most pure, most vital after the monastery in Lhasa for Buddhists all over the world. Dalai Lama. Dalai Lama is a religious leader, a spiritual leader, but also a main political figure for all the Tibetans. He is the leader of Tibetan people. And as there is a question कि अगला दलाई लामा कौन होगा, Chinese want to put their own puppet in the position. And there is a very vital role, बहुत ही important role play करता है तवांग की monastery. So Dalai Lama being free and Tawang's monastery not being under the Chinese control, there is an emotion that 100% of Tibet is not captured. There is still hope for freedom and Tibetan people fight for the freedom now. But once the puppet of Chinese sit as a Dalai Lama in the position and Chinese take over Tawang and the Tawang's monastery, there will be 100% capture over Tibet, physically and both mentally. So this was all about the cultural interest and the Dalai Lama's role. In recent years, India had shifted its focus from Pakistan to China as its main adversary. So to counter China, India has heavily invested in the northeastern states, especially in Arunachal Pradesh. So with great investment comes a very good number of tourism. So क्या होता है कि foreign countries में से बहुत सारे लोग इन जगहों को देखने आते हैं. They see the monasteries in Tawang, they see waterfalls in Tawang, and what image it set up is Arunachal Pradesh, Tawang sector is an integral part of India, which Chinese obviously don't like. So what Chinese do is they do such kind of skirmishes, they do such kind of stunts on the line of actual control and they project an image कि भाई ये जगह safe नहीं है, यहाँ मत आओ. So guys, before talking about the strategic interest, we should know what is LOC and LAC. So LOC is a very clearly demarcated line between the two countries like India and Pakistan. It is clearly demarcated and there is no confusion between two countries that this land belongs to India or that land belongs to Pakistan. But it is different case between India and China. Both the countries share 3,440 kilometer long border. And there is a sort of confusion between two countries that this area is China, that area is of India. So that makes it an LAC, that is line of actual control. So now let's talk about salami slicing. Salami slicing is the way of China to take over the land. They don't come like 100 kilometers in directly taking control of all the land, but they come 2 kilometers and here, 5 kilometers and here, a step by step, like one punch, one round at time wala technique, and they capture the land. This is the way of Chinese to gain the land. If you see, this is the Arunachal Pradesh in map. It is located at north part of northeast. So it acts as a natural geographical shield to other northeastern states. If China takes over control of Tawang sector, the Bhutan will have Chinese boundary from all the three sides. That is from the north of Bhutan, from the east of Bhutan, and from the west of Bhutan. And once China takes over Bhutan, China can easily come down to the Chicken Neck corridor and cut India from other northeastern states. If China takes over the Tawang sector, it can come easily down to the Arunachal Pradesh, and it will be easy for China to come down into northeast. So guys, that was all about the China's strategic and cultural interest, India's strategic and cultural interest in Tawang sector and Arunachal Pradesh. And that was why China is trying to bully its neighboring countries on the maritime border, and same like with India on the line of actual control. So guys, if you want to watch more smart content like this, more insightful content like this, please subscribe to my channel. If you like it, hit the like button, share the video with your friends, help the channel grow. There is a lot more to come. I post a video each Tuesday and Friday, so stay tuned. And this is Varat Bedekar signing off.